It's chaos crystals and chart-smashing vocals tonight on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy's guests, EJAE, Audrey Nuna, and REI AMI, the voices of Hunter divided by X from KPop Demon Hunters. The episode feels like a sugar rush with a spooky aftertaste, funny, flirty, and just unhinged enough to make you lean in. Why are they everywhere right now? Their anthem, Golden, exploded from the film to the real world, with Netflix dropping an official performance cut and a sing-along theatrical re-release stoking the frenzy. EJAE's teasing her first solo single, Audrey's riding the glow of her acclaimed 2024 album, and REI AMI is busy shutting down wild AI rumors like a boss. Buckle up, we're unpacking the moment, the music, and the myth behind Golden.
This has been a phenomenon. Congratulations on every single thing. I'm so honored to have you here. I know you made an appearance on Saturday Night Live this past weekend.
Jimmy's excitement says it all. KPop Demon Hunters isn't just a movie anymore, it's a pop culture eruption. When Fallon calls it a phenomenon, he's not exaggerating. The film's soundtrack has dominated Billboard streaming platforms and TikTok challenges alike. And that SNL mention, it marks a full-circle pop crossover moment, 3 Asian American artists taking center stage on one of America's biggest comedy stages. What's wild is how seamlessly these women have moved between music and animation, blending fantasy and representation in one glitter demon-fueled package. In real life, the momentum hasn't slowed. EJAE's voice just anchored Netflix's Golden Hour Live Showcase special. Audrey Nuna was spotlighted in Rolling Stone's Future of Pop 2025 list. And REI AMI's viral grunge ghost TikTok, inspired by this very story, has racked up millions of views. Fallon's praise wasn't just polite, it was prophetic. The phenomenon he called out has officially gone global.
Did you ever think you would do Saturday Night Live?
No, that's crazy. It's so insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's a literal dream come true,
Truly.
I think.
Yeah.
The 10-year-old in me just came to life being on set.
That quote captures it: pure disbelief wrapped in gratitude. You can hear the childlike wonder in Audrey Nuna's voice, the kind that reminds you why she's always felt like the cool kid who still geeks out over her dreams. The 10-year-old in me came to life. It's a sentence that hits different for a generation raised on YouTube and K-pop stages now watching one of their own headline SNL. And it's not just nostalgia, it's transformation. Audrey's been redefining what Asian American pop looks like, especially after her 2024 album Lock It blew critics away for blending R&B grit with cinematic flair. Just weeks before this Fallon appearance, she told Billboard that she still feels like that kid trying to make something my parents would be proud of. That's exactly what makes this moment glow. It's not just success, it's self-fulfillment. The 10-year-old Audrey didn't just dream it, she showed up live and nailed it.
It's been streamed over 362 million times.
For real? Really?
Around the world. Soundtrack is breaking all sorts of records. I want to read some of these right here, if you don't mind. The soundtrack has been on the Billboard 200 for 15 weeks. Golden was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 weeks, and longest running number 1 of the year on Global 200 singles chart. Golden is the first number 1 female K-pop song in the history of the Hot 100, and you are the longest-running number 1 girl group of the century on Hot 100.
This was the jaw-drop moment of the interview. When Jimmy read those numbers, you could feel the weight of it. Over 362 million streams, a Billboard No. 1 and the first female-led K-pop song to dominate that long. That's not just a hit, that's a cultural reset. The crowd's reaction says it all: awe mixed with disbelief. And here's where it gets even more surreal. Since that taping, Golden has crossed 600 million global streams, becoming one of Spotify's top K-pop tracks of 2025. Netflix just confirmed the KPop Demon Hunters behind the music special, featuring live sessions of Golden and unseen studio clips. Fans online are calling it the next Let It Go moment, a song that leaps from screen to life. The trio's response, humble laughter and a few stunned gasps, shows they're still processing it. Because honestly, how do you process making history?
Very recently, and had a mask and a hat on, but they recognized me somehow, and the whole cabin crew came through to my seat and said hello, and also the pilot, both of them.
It's the kind of story that sounds made up until you remember just how massive this film's fandom has become. EJAE laughing about being recognized mid-flight mask, and all shows how far her fame has stretched beyond the studio walls. The detail about the pilot coming to say hi, that's superstar level recognition, the kind that signals a shift from rising voice actor to global household name. And EJAE's 2025 has only doubled down on that energy. After KPop Demon Hunters, she landed her first solo single, Shooting Star Syndrome, produced by Teddy Park and previewed during her surprise Coachella guest spot last spring. Critics praised her for blending ethereal pop with what Variety called anime heroine confidence. That pilot's greeting feels symbolic now she's steering her own plane, literally and musically. And the fans, they're ready to follow her anywhere she flies next.
And I got off at Dongdaemun station, and this cute little grandpa was doing a street performance of Golden on this traditional Korean instrument. He was so swagged out, like his outfit was fire. And I had to literally do a double take because
this might be the most heartwarming clip of the night. Audrey Nuna's story about the swagged out grandpa perfectly captures how Golden has crossed not just language or genre, but generations. It's one thing to hear fans your age sing your song at a concert. It's another to see a Korean elder busking your track with pride. That's cultural impact in motion, and that resonance keeps echoing. In early 2025, Korean broadcaster SBS aired a viral mini-documentary on street performers covering Golden across Seoul, with that same grandpa now dubbed Halby Huntrix by fans featured as a national treasure. Meanwhile, Audrey posted a TikTok duet with him that hit over 20 million views in days. The way she laughed on Fallon calling him swagged out shows her humility and joy. She's not just watching a song spread, she's watching culture heal, connect, and groove together across generations.
I was walking in, it was right after rehearsal actually, and I just hear this little 5-year-old boy singing Golden at the top of his lungs, smiling ear to ear, holding his mom's hand, and he's like, "Born to be," and I whipped my head, and I was like, there is no way this child chose to, of all songs to sing.
If the grandpa story was touching, this one's pure cinema. REI AMI paints a moment that feels straight out of a Pixar movie: a random grocery aisle, a kid belting Golden, and an artist realizing her music has become part of people's lives. There's something magical about how K-pop Demon Hunters bridged anime-style storytelling with universal childhood joy. It's the full-circle payoff of representation, kids finally seeing and singing themselves in the art they love. In real life, that energy hasn't faded. REI AMI's 2025 short film visual Little Light premiered at SXSW, exploring the same theme of youthful wonder through music. Critics compared it to a live-action echo of Golden's spirit. And when fans started the number, Born to be challenge on TikTok, parents filming kids singing the song REI AMI reshared dozens of clips writing, "This is what I dreamed of." She's not just chasing streams anymore, she's chasing legacy.
I'm emotionally constipated, so I take a very, very long time to process my emotions.
Okay.
But I guess I was due for a cry the day of the premiere, because literally 5 minutes into the film, I'm like bawling my eyes out.
That quote broke the room laughter first, then silence. EJAE calling herself emotionally constipated is both hilarious and deeply human. Beneath the joke is something raw, the vulnerability of seeing her culture, her childhood memories, and her food kimbap kimchi finally animated on the big screen. This wasn't just another role, it was a mirror moment. And that emotional transparency has become EJAE's signature off-screen too. In her 2025 Vogue Korea cover story, she admitted that recording Golden was like unlearning how to hide joy. The internet ran with that line, turning it into a viral quote graphic. It's why fans say she embodies the soul of the movie, balancing humor and heartbreak. The fact that Fallon's audience laughed and teared up along with her shows how universal that confession felt. It's not just her story anymore, it's everyone.
I'm honored to be the first person, this is real, to tell you that K-pop Demon Hunters, you got platinum, guys. You guys won platinum. You have a platinum record. This is for you. You have a platinum record. Congratulations! It's real!
This was the mic drop moment, the confetti-free, genuine goosebump kind. When Jimmy said, "You got a platinum," the girls froze, shocked smiles, teary eyes, pure disbelief. You could feel how real it was. No pre-rehearsed surprise, no overacting, just three young women realizing they've carved a historic milestone, not just for themselves, but for Asian representation in global pop. That moment aged beautifully. Months later, the Golden soundtrack officially went multi-platinum and won Best Original Song at the 2025 Hollywood Music and Media Awards. Netflix's documentary Shine Like Gold, released that summer, replayed this Fallon clip as its emotional finale. Critics called it the new A Star Is Born moment for K-pop. And it's not just hype. EJAE's writing for Disney. Audrey's set to score an upcoming A24 film, and REI AMI is headlining her own world tour. If you loved reliving this golden journey from ghosts to grandpa's tears to triumph, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments where pop culture changes the script. Because sometimes a talk show isn't just an interview, it's history catching fire in real time.